Cheers, I do buckaroos. How the heck are you? Shadow was nowhere around me until I got ready to hit the play button. Here she comes. I swear this cat's a big ol' ham. Anyways, I should have turned that light on so I got some light in here. Started. So I picked this up about 3 weeks ago when we were on vacation. I just now got around to opening it. Oh, here we go. It's better. Thank you, dear. My lighting director. Oh, thank goodness. It's a non-union job. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I digress. It's a non-union gig. Planters whiskey, Ozarks Highlands. Ah, my eyes. It is at 100 proof. Let me see if I can read some of this here. Tasting notes: dark caramel, warm spices, delicate vanilla. Uncut, unfiltered, and full strength. So it's distilled at only 100 proof, which is very nice. It gives you a pure product. Full strength to preserve flavor and character. The rich notes of caramel, baking spices, and vanilla dance upon the lingering warmth of a dying fire. Founded upon single-season vintages, distilled in styles, I'm having trouble reading here. Distilled in stills made from Ozark Highland copper. We desired. Good Lord, I'm having trouble reading this. It's that orange lettering on the blue. It's really screwing with me here. We desired to showcase another distilling region within each bottle that showcases our values and integrity with each sip. This is batch number 2, bottle number 426, it says. Planters whiskey, Ozark Highlands, 100 proof. So it just says whiskey. It's not labeled a bourbon. From our hands to yours, it says. My allergies are so bad, my eyes are watering, I can't read it very well. So anyway, I'm going to set that down. I've got an ounce and a half poured neat here in my Glencairn. I've got an ounce and a half poured on the rock. So without any further ado, I don't want too much water melting in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get right to it. Oh my Lord, that's gorgeous. So they mentioned specifically here dark caramel, warm spices, and delicate vanilla. I'm going to put a slightly finer point. Yeah, you certainly feel very dark caramel. Almost like a burnt sugar. Deeper in the description, they say baking spices in particular. Yeah, and I'm going to expound on that a little bit. You're certainly going to find some cinnamon, some allspice. You might even feel some nutmeg in there a little bit. You get this rich, deep, smoky note as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm personally picking up some raisin in there. Dry toasted oak in the finish, along with those spice notes that we just talked about. Yeah, I feel like in all honesty, I feel like I'm picking up allspice more so than cinnamon. Again, so some nutmeg in there. Wow, that's gorgeous. That's just gorgeous, man. I hadn't had it before. Actually, I did realize that I can buy it in Springfield, but I just didn't remember seeing it before I left. However, I hadn't been to a liquor store in over it had been over 3 weeks because I wasn't buying anything new before we went on vacation. So, but I found it in a liquor store in Joplin is where I picked it up when we were on vacation about 3 weeks back. But when I was at a Macadoodles the other day, I did see it there, so I know it can be purchased here now. So I hadn't seen it before, which is why I picked it up. But even though Joplin's only a little over an hour from here, sometimes the areas are traded different. And in many cases, they'll be traded more towards Kansas City. So they'll get items in Joplin that we might not get here in Springfield, depending on the distributor. I know that's been the case in the past anyway. This is gorgeous. I mean, this is 100 proof, and wow, it is remarkably approachable. It is rather delicate, though. It's surprisingly delicate. So, I may try to cocktail it at some point, but I'm going to want to be careful because, like I said, the flavors are rather delicate, yeah. Beautiful dry oaky finish. I mean, the spice notes are there, but again, and I hate to keep using the word delicate, but yeah, I mean, they're very soft. Let's use that word. I don't have to keep saying delicate over again. They're very soft. And I'm right there at that sweet spot. So I mentioned the dark caramel earlier. I'm gonna add some honey and some raw sugar like note as well. But yeah, I'm still feeling those raisin notes in there. They don't mention the dark fruit, but I feel like I'm picking up some raisin in there. So anyway, yeah, that is wow. I'm looking forward to trying it neat now because On the Rocks is gorgeous. I'm not typically concerned about putting 100 proof whiskey on the rocks, right? Because it typically is going to be able to take a little bit of water. But these flavors and aromas do, again, at the risk of repeating myself again, feel rather delicate. So anyway, cheers. Okay, so typically when I do get a new whiskey, this is what I do. I pour exactly 1.5 ounces rocks, 1.5 ounces neat, so I kind of get a feel for both. So yeah, it does change quite a bit by adding it to the ice. I'm going to try to forget that for a second and just give you what I'm getting now. So very warm nose. Again, a lot of vanilla, dark caramel, baking spice that they talk about. But I'm still going to add the dark fruit. I feel like I'm picking up some raisin in here as well. Gosh, that's good. Gosh, that's really good. I don't know if you can hear the music or not. I've got an artist out of OKC named Scott Keaton. The man's absolutely amazing. Very warming, just shy of getting hot. Yeah, again, at 100 proof, it is rather approachable. And again, a little more delicate than you might think. However, yeah, you do feel those baking spices in a great big way right when you get to that finish. You feel the spice, and you feel that beautiful dry toasted oak cleaning it all up. But before you get there, again, a lot of vanilla, a lot of dark caramel. Again, personally, I'm picking up some raisin in there as well. But right away, I also pick up some honey-like sweetness as well as some raw sugar towards the finish. Honey, dark caramel, raw sugar. To put that sweetness in order. That's how it comes across to me. This stuff is good, man. It's really good. But my mind does always think about, what when I have a whiskey, what cocktail might represent it the best, And everybody knows my favorite cocktail is a Manhattan, the whiskey sour, and the old fashioned, or a second and third in there. But no, honestly, I'm not feeling this as a Manhattan. Possibly an old fashioned. But it is just so gorgeous neat, though. I gotta tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous neat. Slightly warming, just shy of getting hot. Again, very drinkable at 100 proof. Then again, at 100, don't worry about it. If you want to add a little water, that's okay. If you want to put on the rocks, that's okay too. But don't be afraid of it neat, I guess is where I was going with all that. Don't be afraid of her. Gosh, that is just gorgeous. Pleasantly sweet, but never cloyingly so. Spicy, but again, not overly so. But yeah, there's plenty of spice in that finish. They mentioned baking spice particularly. Again, I'll tell you that I personally feel allspice more so than cinnamon. But I also feel like I'm picking up some nutmeg in there as well. You might find some clove. It certainly wouldn't be unusual. But yeah, I love how the sweetness is kind of layered, right? Again, at first I get those honey-like notes, that almost raw honey-like note. That breaks into those dark caramel along with the dark fruit, raisins in particular. And then you get towards that finish and you get that little hint of raw sugar, and as you break into those big spice notes and that beautiful oak right at the end. It's absolutely gorgeous, man. This stuff is brilliant. Oh gosh, that is good. Me on a night train. Baby blue, put me on a night train. Yeah, it's better than here. Ah, great song. Anyway, let me show you that bottle one more time before I wrap this up. Planters Whiskey, Missouri, USA, Ozarks, Highlands. Real dirty whiskey. Yeah, man, this is low down dirty. It is good, man. It is good. Anyway, from our hands to yours. Yeah, if you can find this in your neck of the woods, I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. Let me show you that bottle one more time. There you go. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer. Baby blue, won't you put me on a night train? Anywhere is better than here. Why, baby blue, won't you put me on the night train? Anywhere is better than here. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer. Sorry about that. I couldn't help myself. I was in it, man. I'm Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, man. All around good guy. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.